Good morning, everyone. Hello, good day. Welcome to the program. It's a fine day. It's a mild day, but I'm feeling mild. Nothing wrong with feeling mild. Mild is good. Either you're too sweet or you're too spicy. It's a medium. Mild is a medium, and it's good. And it's fine. And everyone is in the chat already, which is so nice. Let me see. Richard Mins said, good day, RJ. Karen said, evening. How are you today? Karen is, of course, in Australia, where it is night. So I say, you look grown up with that healthy 5 o'clock shadow. This is more than a 5 o'clock. I believe we're well into night. And I don't like it at all, but then some people like it. So I don't know really what to do at this juncture. But I think this is it. I think this is the maximum of the facial hair. I don't think it goes, and you unfortunately, can't get a pencil thing going. And this is you got nothing here. Charlie and I could never be, because it's baby smooth just right there. And oh, look at this thing, like a pubic leopard all over the place. And one here, it's a disaster. Rebecca said the tax is paid because I obey the law that isn't Duke's. Well, thank you for liking the video. It's very sweet of you. Hello, Dixie. Hello, Emily. Hello, Brian Clark. Dixie saying hello to Karen. Karen saying hello to Dixie. Leo is salutations all, which is a lot more formal and almost like a salute, but not a full one. Just like a little, hey, how are you? It's nice. Richard Min said, some coffee, but no wrestling. No, that won't be happening for a while, but there is plenty of coffee, whether there is wrestling or not. That seems to be a constant that doesn't change. Sabrina said, good morning. She also loves the facial hair. Dixie said, morning, Richard and Sabrina. Hunter R said, I wish I was able to pull off the Latin dreamboat facial hair and not the backup Wyatt family member facial hair. I think it comes down to what kind of pants you're wearing. Or if you're wearing perhaps loafers with no socks, it looks like a Latin dreamboat kind of thing. But if you're wearing Doc Martens from 1996, it's a little more Wyatt family. Oh, Bill sent a lovely turquoise-ish tribute and said, morning, RJ and everyone. In honor of your bright yellow and orange look this morning. Yes, these are them. That's a good segue. Oh, there we go. We're much more clear now. They're fun. They're bright and happy. He said, could you hum the theme song to Taxi? Thanks. It's one of my favorite songs. And at one point, I knew how to play some of it on the piano. It's hard to play the whole thing. Let me see what I can do. Does anyone know the name of that song? I'm never going to ask. I'm never going to wait. It's called Angela, and then in brackets, the theme from Taxi. It is a full song. It's delightful. I can't remember who plays it, who does it, even though I was just listening to it yesterday, as a matter of fact. And of course, the intro to Taxi is just them driving taxis around New York. It's not even them. You don't even see who's driving it. You just know someone is driving a taxi around New York. It must have just taken them 3 minutes to film that entire intro. Nails wants to know, how's everyone? Oh, Brian Clark. Mint enjoyed the sweet. Thank you for joining the Key to the City. I assure you, it's not a cult. And that reminds me, tomorrow afternoon, I think at 12 or 12:30, a brand new Great Moments in Wrestling cartoon comes out. However, tonight at 8 o'clock, my Key to the City members get some early access, and they will get to watch it on YouTube before it goes live on Twitter tomorrow. And to give you a hint as to who it's about, all my members can look at their emojis and see I've added a new one. Sabrina has figured it out. It's a new head. Does anyone know who that could possibly be? Brian, enjoy clicking around on the community tab. The members only posts have a bunch of idiocy there for you. Enjoy yourself. Ty said, Brian Clark praised the sun. Okay, yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, that's great. Ty said, maybe one day after dark, I can play as a song on my keyboard. That's really a whole thing. It's very involved. And I also think I'll get sued, perhaps. I think this music is so bad and so not like the original that no one will ever confuse it. Jordan Patrick said, good morning, sir. Boo, because you're a heel. Yes, and that's why I've grown this facial hair, because I am a heel, indeed. Sean said, is that Andre? Yes, it is. Is an emoji of Andre. So please use it freely. Solus did an excellent job. They even used his baby teeth. Brian said, I want to thank you for the email for buying your I Saw RJ shirt. I'm still laughing about it. Well, you shouldn't be laughing because you shouldn't have purchased the shirt. Nails New York said, I'm sad there's no Pride celebration in New York City. Well, we can celebrate in other ways. We don't have to always take to the hot street and yell and blow whistles and cause traffic jams. There's other ways to do it. You can just text people you like and say happy Pride. Hope everything's okay. Send them a fun video. There's more than one way to do this. Chris said, is Andre Andrew Everett's dad? Yes, it is. Leo Montfort said, would you rather go on the Rubin Report or be interviewed by Q? But the Q interview is being conducted by Jim. No, I'll go on the Rubin Report. Big Rubens. I like a Reuben. They'll have a Reuben sandwich on the Rubin Report. Brian said, that definitely looks like Andre, but Hunter R said, perhaps that's Roseanne Barr. Could be either. Leaving it up, let the tension build. Johnny Cliche said, RJ, check your Twitter DMs. Lord, that's ominous. Okay. As I said, sir, this is from Johnny Cliche. The heel is on the other foot now. Enjoy this wonderful bit of cinema that I funded just for you. It looks like Johnny bought a cameo for me from Effie. You can see him here. So let's see what Effie has to say. Let me click on it, and we will find out. Johnny Cliche ordered me a cameo from Effie. Let it load. It's taking a second. For RJ City. Okay, everyone, please calm down.
Hey guys, it's RJ City again, and I just wanted to reach into you to let you know, let all of you know that I've changed my stance.
Oh, no.
I, RJ City, have changed my stance on the one man known as FTR, F the Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm really sorry, Mark Ruffalo. I never realized what an incredible actor you are. What an incredible social justice warrior you are.
No. I mean, he is, but he's just mean.
In my position.
Okay, stop
hosting my own shows.
Okay.
To get to watch someone on the screen as incredible as you, Mark Ruffalo.
It's not that good. It's mediocre at best.
I actually wrote a show tune about Mark Ruffalo.
No.
Here it goes. Mark Ruffalo. Better than David Arquette. Mark Ruffalo.
That's a moot point.
Have you seen the Gruffalo? It's a fantastic family film.
Doesn't make any sense.
I work in family entertainment, so I know. And then, I guess I'll make coffee in my underwear again.
Well, that was a less than astounding impression of me, and I assure you that anything in there is stuff I would not say. Certainly about Mark Ruffalo himself. I want to apologize to anyone that had to hear that horrible language. I do not stand by any of those statements at all, and they do not reflect me or my brand. But thank you, Johnny Cliche. That was incredibly sweet of you. Brian Clark said, we can celebrate in the confines of our own homes and social media platforms like this. Let's consider this celebrating. Val said, I enjoyed the made-up song Supercut video. Yes, I'm always, as always, taking your $5 song requests, and I will sing them whether I know the song or not. And very often, I don't know the song yet. It comes out better than the original. Clarence said, hi, RJ. I'm having my own personal Pride parade. You see, Nails? At home, in my room, with my Pride outfit I'll wear, and I'll do an Instagram live. A one-man parade, a one-man band. Clarence, I'm very excited to see this parade, and I will be watching curbside via my phone. That was horrible. Leo said, RJ, check your Bebo and Touts DMs. Yeah, I'm getting on that new app, Parlor. Looks like a lot of fun. Brian said, reach into you. Speaking of, Hunter said, I can't believe you made fun of my denim vest, and yet Effie is allowed to wear all of that leather and studs. Because I've just accepted his issues. I've called them out repeatedly. He's changed none of them. And then I said, well, I guess that's who he is. By the way, I can't remember for the life of me who keeps asking, but every time I come, oh, there's more stuff. Hold on. I love Effie. Mark Ruffalo doesn't have an emoji, but David does. Fair point, Bill. Thank you. All hail Johnny Cliche, said Nails, worth the wait. Jordan Patrick said, here's a fun question. If you have an issue with someone, do you confront them or do you pretend like nothing ever happened and just avoid them? No, we have to change the definition of the word confront. Confront always sounds negative, like you're about to have a fight. If you have an issue, you should air it, because if I did something wrong, I would want to know from the person. I think it's unfair. You know, if I hurt someone and they don't say anything. So I would like to know so I can address it. I can fix it. I don't want to bother people, you know? So I say I'm pro confrontation, but with the caveat that I have a much milder definition of the word confrontation. Clarence said, hi, RJ. We did this already. Oh, no, I read that. Johnny Cliche said, I'm so glad you actually played it on the show. Yeah, it was really meta. It was a cameo in a live stream. And then later I'm going to broadcast this on MySpace. Grant said, RJ, where were you when you realized the poster of Free Willy gave away the ending of the movie? Yeah, it's really like that last shot. But I'll tell you, that Michael Jackson song they played, that's the clincher. That makes the movie. You can't hear it on the poster. You know, if they played that in the trailer, I'd say, who needs to see this movie now? But I also think, you know those movies, they say, they gave away the best parts in the trailer. I think people like things and then want to see them again. They're not that bright. I look at the trailer and I go, what do I need to spend $12 on? And I saw these jokes. I get the premise. We're done here. It's the same joke for 90 minutes. But some people see something they like. They go, that looks funny. And they want to see it again, unfortunately. Neil said, wait, where is the coffee? Yeah, oh, did I ignore? Here we go. That's better. Wait, where is the coffee? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Jasmine said, also, good morning. Don't you owe me a birthday song? Yes, I do. Last Wednesday was your birthday after dark. You were not watching. I did a wonderful impression for you, and I didn't sing a song. So if you have a request, this one's on the house. Please make a request. Please make a request while I press this coffee. This is, of course, cold brew that I have previously made the day before. We're going to press this, and then we'll make the new one while Jessamine muses what her song request could and or should be. Listen to the birds and nature. It's a silent pride parade. We're just observing pride right now. Here we are. Isn't that nice? See, I didn't recognize who I was. I saw this beard and I said, who is this man? Dear Lord. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Let's let it settle for 2 seconds and then we'll pour and get to work while we wait for a request. Everyone's calling me rude because I ignored Jessamine. Never mind. Hunter said nobody knew who the impression was of. And by nobody, I mean me, because it was of somebody from the 70s. It wasn't somebody from the 70s. It was an impression of Jiminy Glick. This is about as current as I get. Val said, do you feel weird listening to Michael Jackson songs? No, because I don't really. I never did. It was not really an issue for me. Brian said, this RJ City fellow looks a lot like RJ Metropolis. Yes, the famous silent actor. Okay, Jessamine has a request. And it is, of course, a song that I am very familiar with. It is Bum Bum by Die Antwoord. Fun band, South African band. And it's one of my favorites to sing every day, every morning. I stretch and then I sing that song. So here we go. Bum Bum by Die Antwoord. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Then the guy comes in, bum 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 bum. Tension, bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. That was, of course, Bum Bum by Die Antwoord. Happy birthday to you, Jessamine. Hope you enjoyed that one. Good luck. Thank you, Aaron. Put a peach emoji denoting the bums. Leo said, I prefer this to Die Antwoord vastly. Hunter said, this is my favorite vocal performance of a high school band during halftime. Johnny Cliche said, I got a feeling this is nothing like the Die Antwoord version. No, it's better. This is a banger of a tune, said Nails. Jessamine just is using the Andre emoji, and I don't know what emotion we are actually ascribing to that emoji yet, since it's so new. Richard said, RJ going 110% so he doesn't get an ass whipping from Jessamine. I believe it's a whooping. You can say whoop. Nail Take Sean, I'll sing that all day now. Charles Dempsey Brown said, you have a mole on your left side forehead. You just didn't wash your face or groom yourself. Gee, this is a blood vessel, Charles. This is a broken blood vessel, and it's because it comes from singing songs too loudly and stressing out my head. So I hope you enjoyed the explanation behind that. Dixie's just applauding. Bill said, when it comes to the cold brew, do you like 24-hour cold brew or an instant coffee on ice? Which is better? Bill, instant coffee on ice is not cold brew. It has to be brewed in the cold. That's just like iced coffee. You know, you've just made it colder. Do you know what I'm saying? I like the 24-hour. It's got to be 12 to 24 hours. So at least to 12, which I think give you some space. So you could, theoretically have made it at 9 o'clock last night. You don't have to wait that long. You can make it before you go to bed. It's not too bad. However, I find you should do what I do, where you press it in the morning, you drink it, and then you make another one while you're cleaning this one, and whenever that way it stays. So maybe have two on the go. Who knows? By the way, and I can't remember for the life of me who keeps asking, but every time I'm here for maybe the past month, someone has been asking me to sing You Fill Up My Senses by John Denver. I'm sorry that I can't remember who it was, but I always forget. And today I remembered. So this one is on the house because I kept fucking it up every time. Here we go. You Fill Up My Senses by John Denver. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest. Dun, dun, dun. You fill up my senses like a walk in the rain. Dun, 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 dun. You fill up my senses like the mountains in springtime. Dun, dun, dun. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again. I believe that song is about pegging. But nevertheless, that is You Fill Up My Senses by John Denver. Johnny said the irony should have been who requested that repeatedly wasn't here today. I think that is true. Eric said, who saw the shadow? Did the bum song summon a ghost? Well, the light is coming through the window and it's changing on my face. Jessamine suggested coffee time, and I think that's a great idea. Thank you. So a wonderful mug. Borg Fences. It's my favorite fence. Good friend of mine, Todd Borg. And when I'm in the mood for a fence, I climb on a Borg. Let me. Here we go. Let's taste it and then see what it needs from there. This is an artist looking at his canvas, and looking at the colors on his color thing. Color holder, color plate. Oh, it's good. I think it's light and somehow fruity, which is funny because I can't remember what the hell is in it. Oh, there's SM. It was you, SM, all along. Some thong money for finally singing the song. Thank you so very, very much. Brian said, the short time I've been a member has already paid off. This has been amazing. Brian, we are not done yet. And there's more idiocy. Also, my members only Key to the City Q&A. I'm going to record it tomorrow. So if you have any last minute questions, click on the community tab and find them. Find the post. It says Ask RJ. Just write your questions and I will do it. I'll answer whatever questions you have. Brian's question is pretty much, what the hell is this? Sabrina said, what do your cats think of you singing? You know, the only sounds they're afraid of are the vacuum cleaner and when a lawnmower, any of that loud humming. Everything else, they are not remotely phased at all. Ty said, wait, can we quickly discuss that he owed Jessamine a free song and she paid for it anyway? She's a glutton. That's her problem. I offered it on the house and she is a gentleman. She's a Southern gentleman. Let me put it that way. A Kentucky gentleman, if you will. Lyle CK has joined Key to the City, and my sincerest thanks and apologies. You're not going to like it. There's wonderful things there that you will enjoy, much like this. So let me finish this part here. If you are just joining us, I feel like I haven't done these justice yet. You know what my fear is? It's the summer. I'm sweating my ass off, and I feel like this yellow will show, if I'm sweating. Let me see. Can you see that? Yeah, see, you can see that like already. So it's a little trepidatious for me. Ty said, yes, Nails. I still owe Jessamine a free song. Well, whatever. If she pays for it, it's not a do-over. That was the free one, and she decided to throw money at me. That's her own problem. Chris Ago has a wonderful request, Living Daylights by Duran Duran. And I loved the first Duran. The second Duran was okay, but then when they joined together, blew my mind. Here we go. Living Daylights by Duran Duran. Synth. There's a lot of synth. Living daylights. Outside we can't see very well, but I have to put my sunglasses on because the light's in my eye and I can't see how to drive. Living daylights. Everybody can't see very well. I have to put my sunglasses on. I hope the prescription is still valid. The prescription glasses. Living daylights, sunlight is in my eyes. Prescription glasses, living daylights. I can't wait until the sun goes down so I can see a little better. Living daylights, prescription glasses. I can't really see where I want to drive. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where to go? The optometrist, I think, was on the corner, but maybe they moved. I'm not quite sure. I lost their business card. Living Daylights. That is Living Daylights by Duran Duran, and I loved it. See, Lyle, that's what you get. All that and more. Now that you have joined Key to the City, you get exclusive videos, early videos, members only things, and now you got this wonderful Andre the Giant emoji you can use liberally. Hunter said, with your members payment, you get to see RJ pulling the waistband of his underwear under where the waistband should actually be. Because when they're too high, I feel like they, what do they call it? A camel toe? What's a camel toe with the balls? They say moose knuckle, perhaps? Did I hear this colloquially, or is this a legitimate term? I'm not quite sure. Sorry, there's so much going on here. Jessamine, keep using the unimpressed. Every time I sing a song, Jessamine's just using the unimpressed me cartoon. Eric said, yeah, it was a weird Bond movie. Hunter said, that's the new theme song to Lens Crafters or Hakeem Optical. Richard said, your Fiji water ran out. No, because last time I had a Fiji bottle because it was on sale, and then someone's like, Fiji's horrible. They're the devil. So I was like, okay, all right. Just wanted some water. So I got Evian. Please tell me how bad they are. as a corporation. It'll make me feel a lot better. Ref Wizard says, Living Daylights is one of my favorite Bond movie themes. You're killing me. You loved it. I know you loved it. Bill Alexander said, Living Daylights was sung by Aha. Duran Duran sung A View to a Kill. Both James Bond songs, both great songs. RJ's version was the best. Fair enough. My favorite James Bond song, and I'm going to sing it now because I have to. Goldfinger. He's the man with the Midas touch. A spider's touch, such a cold finger, dun, 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 beckons you to enter his web of sin, dun, 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 but don't give in. Sean Flagstaff, as a lovely Mint tribute, said, requesting your favorite Creedence Clearwater Revival song. Bonus points for a John Fogerty impression. I don't remember how the song. Bow, 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 down, bow, 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 dun, 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 dun. I have to play the song dun, 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 to hear the lyrics. Dun, 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 dun. Down on the corner, out in the heat, Willie and the poor boys playing, bring a nickel, grab your feet, dun, dun, dun. Early in the morning, when the sun is down and down, bump it down, having temperature, savor, bump it down, down on the corner, out in the heat, Willie and the poor boys playing, bring a nickel, grab your feet. Grab your feet. That was my favorite Creedence Clearwater, my favorite CCR song. You know what bothered me? Every time I used to, when I was a kid, I'd have Napster or something. And they would always say CCR sang Sweet Home Alabama. And I knew it was wrong, and it drove me insane. I hope that worked for you. I got up until the singing, I was okay. The beginning, I remembered. Another Mint request. Please make up a song about blue. Oh, where's Karen going? Later, everyone, enjoy RJ singing songs. Thank you, Karen. Go to bed. Rest your weary head. You've had a long day. And I'm very proud of you. And I'll talk to you soon. Forever for Hire wants me to make up a song about Blue Meanie. Okay. All right. Navy blue, periwinkle blue, teal and turquoise too. They're all blue. And so is he, because he's the blue meanie. Dun, 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 dun. Navy blue, periwinkle blue, teal and turquoise are blue too. They're all blues, and so is he, because he's the blue meanie. Dancing around in his shorts, look at him go, moving fast. Listen to him on his show. It's the Mind of Meanie podcast. Navy blue, periwinkle blue, teal and turquoise are blue too. He's blue too. So is he, because he's the blue meanie. Because he's the blue meanie. That is the new intro to the Mind of Meanie podcast. That was my tribute song to the blue meanie. Enjoy. Bill loved Goldfinger. RJ would make a great James Bond villain with his cats and coffee. A great Bond girl name would be Kitty Espresso. Let's put I want some butter in my coffee, if you don't mind. I have a hankering for it. This is good, but then once you get hooked on this business, you need more of it. Navy blue, periwinkle blue, teal and turquoise are blue too. And he's blue, so is he, because he's the blue meanie. There we go. I love how the melody changes so slightly every time I sing it. You get a slightly different chorus. I have two stevia here. I like to get them out like that. It's very important. If you're just joining us, I don't know what is wrong with you. You've missed a hell of a show so far. I should have put the stevia in after, but I'm losing my mind. Here we go. We're just going to deal with it. We are living life. It's a nice calming sound, isn't it? It is a sunnier oh Lord. This is a sunnier disposition, I would say. The yellow. I think this is good. I think I've made my point with this coffee, right? Okay. Oh God, it's so chunky. That's better. Here we go. And we're back. Hello, everybody. The yellow is so pretty, said Nails. And RJ, you're so pretty. Well, thank you. Richard said BWO. I loved BWO. I thought they were so cool. And I loved their song. I have to ask him Wednesday if the Blue Meanie's on After Dark. I have to ask him about that theme song they used to have. I love it. I loved it. Nail said the butter freaks me out. Hunter said, I'm about to report this stream to Susan Power. She should be so very lucky that there's such a talented man under her umbrella. You should report it and say you should really be using him more. This is what he's reduced to. He's got to do the whole thing by himself. Get the man his own show, and he'll put on pants, or at least capris. Travis said, I call everything a huckleberry now. Thanks, RJ. You know what? You're a huckleberry. Which reminds me, one of my favorite songs that mentions the word huckleberry, and the only one, and really the first time I heard huckleberry was the song Moon River by Andy Williams. Leo said, which male wrestler do you think would be a great spooner? Oh, I know this for a fact, Sonny Kiss. He's got a good one to spoon. Refs as Wizards, who has a lovely Instagram. He takes pictures of referees, wrestling referees, and he puts lightning bolts in their hands. Wants to know if I could sing the Perfect Strangers theme song. Yes, I can. But first, Michelle said, since I've been away for a past month, I believe I missed your birthday. Hope it was fantastic. Michelle, you didn't. My birthday is in July 18th. And the reason people think they've missed my birthday is because fucking Danhausen keeps telling people it's my birthday, but it's not. Here we go. Perfect Strangers theme song. Down, 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 down. Sometimes the world looks perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing to rearrange. Boom, boom. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. Dum, dum, dum. Whatever the odds are this time, nothing's gonna stand in my way. This flame in my heart, it's like a long lost friend. It's every dark street, a light at the end. Dum, 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 boom, boom. Standing tall on the wings of my dreams. Dum, boom, boom. Rise and fall on the wings of my dreams. The rain and darkness, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. Dun, 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 dun. My life, my dreams, nothing's gonna stop me now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. The last time I was in Chicago, it's on my Instagram and on my Twitter somewhere, but I have to dig it up because it was more than a year ago at this point. I found the ending shot. They go into a theater. They have tuxedos on. They're coming up from these subway steps onto the street, and they're adjusting their bow ties, and they're walking into this Chicago theater. And I found it just so I could do it, and I did it. It's one of the proudest moments of my life. I don't know if the Susan Power reference was lost, but she's the lady who advocated for no fat diets. Yeah, I thought it was someone else. I'm just a Jack LaLanne guy. That's who I am, Hunter. Sabrina loves Moon River. Chris said, damn that Danhausen. I'll come for Danhausen when I want. Nail said, Sunny Kiss is phenomenal. I agree. Jordan said, first time I heard Huckleberry was Tombstone, the movie Tombstone, I'm Your Huckleberry, which was recently apparently recited by Ken Shamrock on Impact. He said, I'm Your Huckleberry, and then a bunch of people started tagging me in it, saying he was stealing my act, my old Huckleberry act. Brian Clark said, was Perfect Strangers the show with Bronson Pinchot? Yes, Bronson Pinchot played Balky, and Cousin Larry was played by Mark Lynn-Baker. And that show was spun off into what? Can anyone tell me what that show was spun off into? Fun trivia for the kids here. Broadzilla is applauding. He said, great. Great performance. Everyone, please go follow Broadzilla. He's a fantastic 12-year-old YouTubing sensation. He did a wonderful interview with me on his channel that he edited beautifully. And I also yesterday watched his impression of Dusty Rhodes' Hard Times promo, and I loved it very much. So please go view him. Bill said, I still think you playing the Perfect Strangers video game was the best. Any future video game considerations coming up? Yes. I have a list. I don't know how I'm going to get through them, like what order or whatever, but I'm getting there. I also want to do a series where I continually play my favorite game. So there will be more Game Madness on the way, Bill. I assure you. But they're all based on video game, on TV shows and movies. Rye said, my favorite year. Yes, this one. Speaking of, Jeff said, any news on your next indie show date? Absolutely not, because we are still very much in disarray, unfortunately. I have no clue. I thought, people were saying, when this first started, people were like, maybe by July, August. Now I'm like, maybe by September, October, if the earliest. I would not be surprised if my first show is next year, unfortunately. And my first show in the States, who knows? Hunter said, I can't think of Huckleberry without thinking about Huckleberry Hound. Is that Huckleberry? Am I doing that correctly? I can't. My cheekbones are too good. That's the problem. Neil said, King Shamrock is just a huge fan of Coffee and Under. That's correct. And Simon Graves and Rye Levy at the same time said Family Matters. Yes, Family Matters was spun off from Perfect Strangers. Marie Jo Payton was the actress's name. She was Harriet Winslow, and she was like the elevator person for Larry and Balky's apartment. And for some reason, they decided that woman needs a show. And the show was about her and her family and was really, really, really supposed to be about her. She was the star as far as the billing was concerned. And then, that makes sense. Frasier was spun off from Cheers. It's about, he was he had a smaller role in Cheers, and then he had the main role in Frasier. Having said that, Steve Urkel, out of the blue, became so extraordinarily popular that he really became the focal point of the show. And so did Carl Winslow, for that matter. It was that tete-a-tete between the two of them. And Marie Jo Payton got really upset. The show got more and more ridiculous and literally spun off from where it had started. And she ended up leaving in the final season. And she was replaced without, like an Aunt Viv scenario. She's totally replaced. And I was like, what? But by that point, the show had gotten so ridiculous. Once you hit Stefan, remember when Urkel went into that weird machine, the fly machine, and came out of all attractive? So it really did go off the rails very, very quickly. Charles Dempsey Brown said, who would be the best spooner, Tommy Dreamer or B. Arthur if she were still alive? I have to say Dreamer, because he's always in track pants. I think he's always a little more comfortable and ready to cuddle. I don't think B. Arthur, I think B. Arthur sleeps like that. I think B. Arthur would insist on sleeping in separate beds because that's how she gets her best rest. Rye Levy said, yes, Mark Lynn-Baker in my favorite year. Oh, that makes sense. A wonderful performance. Yes, it is. And I think he's underrated. I think he does a lot of theater now. Terry Brown said Bronson Pinchot was in Beverly Hills Cop. Yes, he was. I can't quite remember his name, but he did a great thing. Johnny said, do TV shows even do spinoffs anymore? Yeah, I think they do. Young Sheldon. I think they're there if you think of them. They're probably not. They're just not that successful. Eric said, I think she worked for the newspaper building. Oh, maybe that makes sense. Johnny, oh, we did that. Terry said, and Reginald VelJohnson was a cop in Die Hard, right? Yes, he was. And he was, I think, a driving instructor in a driving movie. I can't really remember. Eric said, so Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, Full House, and maybe even Fresh Prince are in the same universe? Yes, Perfect Strangers and Family Matters are in the same universe. Family Matters and Full House are in the same universe. I don't think Fresh Prince is. I don't think there was an actual in-show crossover. There was one time where James Avery showed up to surprise Reginald VelJohnson, but that was more of like a post-credits kind of thing. I don't think that's really canonized in the show. Eric said the CBS years don't count, RJ. Fine. Jordan said, I was in my favorite year in high school. Well, was that your favorite year when you were in my favorite year in high school? Johnny Cliche said, speaking of the Winslows, and we always do you see the Twitter trending of Eddie Winslow playing James Brown? No, I did not, and I must look it up. Forever for Hire said, I remember when he voiced 2 versions of Sonic. That's true. Hunter said, who would be the best Spooner out of the people who have sang the song Spoon Man? Oh, Arthur Spooner would be the best one. As a deep cut from King of Queens. Leo said, do you remember the Coke commercial David Arquette did with Courtney Cox? Would you remake that with you and David? I would. That's such a fantastic idea. I would absolutely love to do that. I'm sure he's going to be busy. He has mutton chops right now. It doesn't look like David at all. It looks like he's went on a pilgrimage or something and is still trying to find himself. Brian said his name is Serge. Serge in Beverly Hills Cop. Bronson Pinchot. Dixie, you joined Key to the City. What is wrong with you? Thank you so much. That is so very sweet of you. Feel free. Today is your last day to ask your question for this month. Go click, find on the community tab. You'll see a bunch of stuff and enjoy the exclusive videos on my channel. I'm telling stories from my failed career. And I'm reading chapter by chapter Hollywood Babylon, my favorite debaucherous Hollywood book about old Hollywood. And there's some weird, see, this is itching. This has to go at some point. I'm sorry everyone likes it, but thank you, Dixie. That is so sweet of you. Brian said, Step by Step. Damn, that takes me. I hated Step by Step. I hated Patrick Duffy. I'm not personally, professionally. Danny said, welcome to the club, Dixie. Nail said, welcome. See, Dixie, look at all these friends now. We're going to have a cocktail party. Michelle said, there's a spinoff to the Goldbergs. Can't remember the name, so I'm out of help. I don't know it either. And I didn't realize, that sounds right, but I just don't know in my head. Hunter said, Eight-Legged Freaks is on HBO Max, and I totally didn't know David Arquette was in that movie, but I'd always be freaked out by the poster. Why did he act in that? Well, I wouldn't say he was acting. I would just say he's in it yelling. Look at, and Johnny Mesco just joined the condo of charisma. That is so sweet of you, and you will be able to see the cartoon tonight at 8 or 8:30. By 9 o'clock, it'll be up for sure. I scheduled it, and I can't remember when. This one is my favorite. This Great Moments in Wrestling. I wrote it exclusively just for this. The other two, as you may know, the Hulk Hogan one and the DX one, were previously promos I had said to camera. This one I had written just for this, and I'm so happy about it. They did a tremendous job. And it's like a minute long. I'm talking about it like it's Ben-Hur, but I liked it a lot. And you might too. And if you don't, what do you want from me? Thank you, John. That's so sweet of you. Bill said, welcome, Dixie. What brand of coffee are you drinking today? See, Dixie, you got to get your shit together now. This is big time stuff. This is a big commitment. Hunter, Val said, Hunter, that's a question you could ask of a lot of David's acting choices. Now, I will say, in all fairness to him, the movie Eight-Legged Freaks, which was originally titled Iraq Attack, ARAC-Attack. But as you can already hear, it sounds a lot like Iraq Attack, Iraq the country. And I think we were at that time in the middle of that kind of war-torn business. It was not a good look. So they needed to change the title. And in his improvised talents, during the film, he yelled a line, unscripted, "Get away from me, you eight-legged freaks." He just yelled that out, and that became the name of the movie. Even though he didn't get paid any more for naming the movie, he still named it, and I'm very proud of him. Jordan said he's still holding out for his actual favorite year. Well, it's not this one, so let's look to 2021 at least. The Goldberg spinoff, said Brian Clark, was called Schooled. I've never seen it. That does not sound familiar. Like, I know there was one, but I'm like, there's too many. I sound like my great aunt or something. There's too many shows now. It's 100 channels, and you're flipping around. You don't know what's what. Everyone's a show. Every time you turn a thing, what's this one? What's that one? Who's binging? Who's streaming? I just have the clicker. The old people would just call it the clicker because I think at that point it used to make a clicking sound. Hunter said, this is more like a timeshare of charisma that you have to go through a seminar for. Aw, Aaron has a lovely Periwinkle tribute. And this is one of my favorite songs by Annie Lennox, Walking on Broken Glass. Dun, 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 walking on broken glass. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. You were the sweetest thing, dun, 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 that I ever knew. I don't care for sugar, honey. Dun, dun, dun. If I can't have you, dun, dun, boom, boom. Since you abandoned me, dun, 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 my whole life has crashed. Dun, dun, dun. Won't you pick the pieces up? 'Cause it feels just like I'm walking on broken glass. Dun, walking on broken glass. Dun, boom, 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 walking on broken glass. Boom, 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 boom. Now I think I remember the bridge. Now everyone was made to suffer. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone was made to even. Boom. We've been hurting one another. Boom, dun, dun. And the pain is too deep. Boom, dun, boom. Save me from the wreckage. Dun, boom, boom, boom. Save me from the crash. Dun, 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 dun. Lift me off and pick me up. Don't let me keep on walking. Keep on walking. Keep on walking on broken. Dun, dun, bum, bum, broken glass. Dun, 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 dun. That was Walking on Broken Glass. And thank you, Aaron. That was in a higher key than I had originally anticipated until I opened my mouth. So thank you. Hunter said, my quote is, I only have one channel, and it's the Game Show Network. I love the Game Show Network. I love MeTV, and I love Buzzer, and I love PBS. She got like a good 8 to 10 channels, maybe. Kiana said, this is her song. Okay, if you say so. Val said, isn't Hugh Laurie in the video for this song? Yes, he is, and it's a Victorian era themed, and everyone says powdered wigs and things of that nature. Very British. Dixie said, no, we're not even, but I get that all the time. What are we talking? What? Look, Dixie, have you been hiding that? What? Who are you related to, Dixie? Are you related to, Dave Bautista? Yeah. Dixie Bautista is a much cooler name, by the way, because it's not Dave. Michelle said, there's no reason that old wrestling can't do a show in August. The show is about as socially distanced as it gets. It takes place in an open barn in the middle of a cornfield, for goodness sake. I love that. Unfortunately, I still really can't get in the country, Michelle, so I would not be a part of it regardless. Having said that, I do believe something of that nature is a lot more possible, and they seem like people who would wear masks, and I think they should do an old wrestling, and they should set it when the Black Plague was on. You know, that kind of thing. It would be a fun idea, throwback, very meta, yet very current. Carmack said that was a very aggressive version of Broken Glass. Well, I like it. Bill said, great choice. Love Annie Lennox. RJ needs to do some duets with these artists. She's on Instagram and Twitter. Just get a hold of her. Kiana said, Annie Lennox is my cool down music. And if you want a good cry, you put on Why. I think that's a song we all know. Dixie said, thank you, RJ. Neil said, who has the worst wrestling name? There are a couple names that I like that no one's used, like Lukewarm. I think that's the best wrestling name. And There was a wrestler when I first started. He came from England, and he was here for some reason. And I believe his name was Instinct. And on the way home, I couldn't remember his name, and I called him Incest. And I thought, that's a great name. Just Instinct. Incest. Shh. Making his way to the ring. The ring announcer wouldn't even want to say that word on the microphone. Can't sell a shirt. Eric said, holy crap. John Malkovich is in the video too. I was too young to notice at the time. Oh my God, I need to go watch that again. Brian said the black plaid would be a good idea for old. Ty said, just walk across the border. It shouldn't be that hard, right? No, I need to just leap across. And they go, what are you doing? I said, I'm just going for a walk. And they go, that's fine. Go through. It's fine. Kiana said, lukewarm should be a drag name. No, my drag name is Dawn Knotts. Ken Dowman. After the time off, your body is going to hate you after the first few bumps. That's for sure. Although, sometimes I get achy and now. I'm not doing anything, and I feel like, the hell is this? Charles Empty Brown said, any thought of visitors for coffee? I know we're social distances, but maybe virtual split screen, maybe? Actually, I just talked to somebody this week about a potential guest, and they have to watch my show and vet it and see if it's to their nature, but it's an obscure one. It's not, it's a good one. If I can pull it off, it's worth it. So, it's odd. So we'll see. Prepare yourself. Michelle's going to write a very strongly worded letter to Old Wrestling. Yeah, with a quilled pen. You say, I'm the mayor of Old Wrestling. Les Shadow said, going to bed. Goodbye, everyone. It is 10:20. No, good night. You're a lost shadow. I hope you find yourself in your sleep. Jasmine said, did RJ just say, it's a fine? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I will not say it is, though, one fine. Hunter said, there's posters for local wrestling in West Virginia, and the woman goes by Big Mama. And every time I walk past it, I laugh. Can you take a picture and send it to me? I really would love to see it. Maybe I know her. Nell said, why are so many wrestlers called Eric? Because it is the coolest name in town. Eric said Tony Orlando and Dawn. Well, let me tell you something. Oh, what is her name? Let's do some 6 degrees of separation callback. Dawn, as you know, is 2 women that sung with Tony Orlando. And one of the women is Thelma Hopkins, who played the aunt in Family Matters. I fucking did it. Hunter said, can't believe Ariana Grande is going to be on the show next week. Neither can she. Neil said, the chat has jokes today. Yeah. Ty said, that's a fine. Oh, I said that's a fine. Well, if that is it, then that's a fine, and it's a fine. Johnny said Mark Ruffalo agreed to do the show. Could you imagine? It would just be me breathing, staring at him, and seething. Neil said, fuck Mark Ruffalo. I'm not going to argue with it. Leo said, if you had your own wrestling event like Effie's Big Gay Brunch, Joey Janela's Spring Break, what would you call it? I would call it RJ City's Night of Not Enough Stars. And I would just book people that no one knew. And sorry, guys. I tried. Every match, I would book like the most insane sounding matches. And the headline would be like card subject to change. And I'd say, sorry, guys. These people canceled. We have a bunch of people you don't know. Deal with it. RJ City's Night of Not Enough Stars. Jordan said Dong Knotts, which is a little more of a porn name. Eric Stevens. Eric said Eric Stevens. We're just naming Erics now. Kiana said, I hope it's Mo from Guts. We go over to Mo. Thank you, Mike. Here are the scores so far. Jordan is in 3rd place with 208 points. Such a weird, it was like, why are you British? And it was one of those things where it's like, maybe they would respect her. That was like that was the diverse casting in the 90s. This is one person who was British. Michelle said, well, with the COVID, I don't know what that is. Hopefully, your Christmas gift from last year that I procrastinated and turned into a Christmas gift in July this year that I just sent out to you will get there before Christmas this year. It's so weird, all of this, that how things are sending at all different times. Stay the course. I believe in you. You haven't missed anything. Richard said, can I get booked? Well, I don't know you, so you're in. Eric said, was I scheduled for the bi-curious battle royal? No, I was just scheduled for the brunch portion of Effie's show. I just wanted to eat the brunch. John said, what gas station convenience store would you rather see come to Canada, Wawa or Sheetz? I'm Sheetz all the way in every single capacity. Color scheme, the names of the items, the menu is wider, the shelves are stocked better. The soda cave is a lot more fun. Even the name Sheetz. Got to go to Sheetz. I wish they were in more locations. Having said that, John, a lot of companies that are very popular in the States try to open up here, and they do not last. We had a debacle when Target came here, a straight up debacle. And they're like, we're going to do this. We're going to become the new Canadian whatever. And they weren't even close. And now they're all closed. And now there's these empty, giant, empty relic Target stores like Blockbuster used to be, because Canadians I don't find as being the most aggressive consumers. And Sheetz has a lot of shit. It's great. I love it. But I don't know if Canadians would constantly want that. I mean, we already have Tim Hortons. You're going to have to knock them off the block. And we already have gas stations everywhere, too. And the gas is more expensive here. It's a lot for them to compete with. I don't practically see it happening. I wish they were in more states. I wish they went upstate New York a little more. I think they would do well in the Buffalo area, North Tonawanda, that kind of thing. Because they're really in more southern New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and I guess either Virginia or West Virginia. So I think they really need to broaden their horizon stateside. Dixie said, now I can use all the emojis, and she's using all of them. That's cartoon me. That's me in my pose. That's Hulk Hogan, B. Arthur, my smirk, Andre the Giant, do the moves, me bending over, confusion, Vince McMahon, David Arquette, and coffee time. Ty said, boo, trash Sheetz. Wow, is king. Ty, please leave the chat. Aaron said, yes, I love Sheetz. Leo said, do you think a new Jack cruise would be better than a Chris Jericho cruise? I mean, I wouldn't be on it, but I would enjoy hearing about it. Carmack said, Wawa all day. That's a disgrace. Aaron said, big, lonely red cement balls in parking lots all over the country. Oh, yeah, she's talking about a Target, the Canadian Target. David said, some of the Targets changed to Canadian Tires. Yeah, but some of them aren't even. There's one by me, and they still haven't known what to do with it, how to fill it up. Jeff said, does Sheetz have a good Cobb salad? I believe they do. They have great breakfast sandwiches, too. They have burritos sometimes I get. Rice and chicken, things like that. Val said, how did Target not survive? Because we Canadians are just like, we're good. We don't need that much stuff. Also, whatever the tax importing laws and stuff, like this stuff was not that cheap. And that's really the value of Target to me, is that I can get things there for a good price. And if you can't, it's like, why don't I just go to the Walmart we already have here? Like, what's the point? Leo said, is it cool to cry? No, it's not cool, but it's just normal. It's neither. It's just like coughing. Sometimes you got to cry. Sometimes you have to go to the bathroom. So like, it's a bodily function controlled by your emotions. Don't fight it. Let it come out. That would be my advice. If you stuff it down and suppress it, eventually it's just going to just explode. And that's way, way, way worse. Kiana said, come and go is acceptable because they're friends with Sheetz. And you've came before and then you went. Ty said, well then, tips hat, see you all on Wednesday. Bye guys, still lurking. That's fine. John said, next time you come to IWC, forget the carriage after party, we'll go to Sheetz. I always go to Sheetz no matter what after that after party. I love it so much. So much. Like before I go to the hotel, gotta stop at a Sheetz. And me and Dalton have done that before. We will skip the wrestling show after party and go straight to Sheetz and hang out there. It's great. Johnny said, wait, RJ is Canadian? What a heel. You're just finding this out now. David said, in the Canadian Target, there was no stock and it was overpriced. That was pretty much true. Target was just a repainted Zellers, really. Val said, David, are you in the Midwest? I am, and same. I've never been to a Wawa or Sheetz. Sheetz, I feel like, is in more places, like it's in Florida and things of that nature, but Sheetz is by far the best. Johnny said, did someone say Midwest? Minnesota here. Good for you. Leo said, given the awful situation in UK wrestling, do you think you will ever wrestle over here? I mean, it's on my list. I don't see why any of that would prevent me from wanting to go or being of value there. I think I would be very good. So, I mean, let's see what happens when shows get back, but let's put it on my list. I want to make a little tour of it. Bill said, sometimes you go into the bathroom and cry. It all works. Yes, it does. And you put on some Annie Lennox. It helps to lubrication. Rye said, to quote Rosie Greer from Free to Be You and Me, it's all right to cry. Crying gets the sad out of you. And that's important. If you're angry, you get it out. If you say, you get it out. If you're happy, you get it out. And you sing some fun songs like you fill up my senses. Brian said, every time I go to Pittsburgh, I hit Sheetz on the way to and from. It's a necessity. If you were in that area, you must go. Oh my God, I didn't even, all right, it's gonna be a long one. We've already hit an hour, but I totally forgot to make my coffee for the next day. So it's gonna be less than 24 hours because I get up early. This is a disgrace. It's not a fine at all. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just gonna look. I got a little, let's just pour everything in there. There we are. That should be more than enough. I have my Evian because the people at Fuji are very mean. Fuji's the camera people. Never mind. It's the camera people and the manager. Let's fill this up. That's a nice sound. And then we're going to have a fun day. We're going to have a hoot. Things are yellow and I'm enjoying them. Is it gonna go all the way? Yeah, okay, there we go. Look at this nice, I just want to point out this nice color palette I've created here with these bold colors. Isn't this summer? Here we are. Are we not having fun? I certainly am. We will leave that there. Let me come back and answer stuff, and then I will get on my way. Leo said, you win all the titles. Well, I don't need a title. Clint said, did you ever wrestle a girl before? Yes, I have many times. It's been a blast most of the time, and I get hurt a lot. They hit very, very, very hard. Nail said, I have cried at many an RJ stream, as you will continue to. Sean said, I should put it's not a fine at all on a shirt. Kiana said, I'm glad this became a Sheetz chat. It's really in your wheelhouse. Dixie, you're using the emojis correctly already. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Ty said, Sheetz are all over Western Pennsylvania. They couldn't cross the nothingness of Pennsylvania, Kentucky to get to the other side. There's only Wawa's in Eastern PA, and I think it's a shame. There should be more places. Michelle has to go. So glad you have been able to finally tune in again. Hopefully I can stay the course and not miss any more. It is weird. I don't know y'all, but I have missed my little coffee family. Well, you're always welcome here. My virtual door is open. It's a screen door, and there's a nice little breakfast nook inside. Brian said, I'm having a blast. Well, you'll continue to, or not. Let me know when it becomes too much for you. I won't be upset. Johnny just joined Citizens United, and I salute you. And now you can use the emojis. I'm leaving soon in like a minute. So use all the emojis you can, damn it. Johnny, get it together. Hunter said, Sheetz has the most expensive vegan fast food burger, and I hate them for it. Well, you don't get it for that. Jordan said, now I know where to take you for lunch next time you're here. Oh, Sheetz away. Breezy said, who is your least favorite wrestler as a kid? Probably Dino Bravo. He stunk. Now I like him. I think he's great. I like him a lot. But before I was like, Welcome, Johnny, by Michelle. There's so much going on. Clint said, what's your favorite barbecue food? I like good. You know how many times people serve coleslaw with the ribs and wings and shit, and it's bad. You got to get some real shit. If you get some real stuff, it's good. I also like the cornbread that they'll put on the side. Like that, that Memphis barbecue kind of thing. I like the cornbread the best, by far. Dixie said, by Michelle. Nail said, RJ doesn't have a screen door. He has a velvet curtain. Yes, in my lounge. Charles said, I have one little request. Will you start always matching your coffee mug with your underwear? Absolutely not. Aaron said, Nails, thank you for feeling my pain. Well, we're all in pain, but we're getting through it. Hunter said, how are you Canadian and not Southern? I know, I'm changing that very slowly, but surely, I promise you. Thank you to everyone Courtney saying hello. You've missed everything. I'm leaving, Courtney. What the hell is wrong with you? Thank you to the fine people at Borg Fence. Johnny said, I just wanted the emojis. It came at the expense of supporting RJ. Sacrifices must be made. Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't support me. I'm a heel. Ah, shit. I forgot to mention that. Ah, boo. Boo this guy. Shit. Damn it. Okay, let's do a spin. Let's get at it. Oh, these are adorable. Look at this. I'm just going to post this. Let's enjoy myself. I'm enjoying myself. Godspeed. Thank God. Oh, look, there's bulletproof on my nose. Sorry. I'm going to do it again. And there's a spin. We got it. Godspeed.